Sensibility.
I know.
Is stupid.
Thankfully, though, that check strap did snap. Otherwise, it would have kept the door open and cut me in half. Oh.
Oh, what fell off? Disastrous.
That's project over.
Except for one thing. Welcome back to the Iron Ignition channel. Didn't say that properly. Do it again. Welcome back to the Iron and Ignition channel. And if you didn't see the last episode, we have already bought a £1,000 cheap race car. It's our Subaru Impreza 2nd gen bug-eye. We then had a little bit of damage, so we bought an entire new shell. Not only that, it was a show car shell. We then recapped on everything good and everything bad about our cheap rally car, and it ended in a little bit of catastrophe. Noise engine! Ugh. Cut it.
Was that okay? Did you get it? Could you tell what was wrong?
Well, that's absolutely fine. So yes, this appears to be knackered because of this.
A little bit.
So, as you might have guessed, it's
Story time.
But this one is going to be speed mode. Ready? Go.
Well, I got really, really excited when I bought the car. I forgot to check that there was any fluids. I may have drove the car like I absolutely stole it and carried on to continue driving the car. I may not have checked the fluids anymore, and then the car may have gone and I carried on driving it, and now it's definitely gone.
That pretty much sums it up. So for those that don't know or aren't mechanically minded, there is a little thing in an engine that is required, and it's a little bit like the blood of the body, and that is called oil. You forgot about the oil, Lee.
Yeah, just got a little bit too excited. You drove it, normal road use driving.
It just went within the speed limits.
Yeah, and accelerated at normal, reasonable pace.
If you'd have gone faster, you'd have found out about the problem quicker and maybe solved it in time.
I would have.
Yeah, sensibility.
I know.
Is stupid. One of the reasons that we got this car so cheap was the fact that it was burning oil, but it was still running okay. So you took a chance on it. You didn't check the oil because this was in the span of maybe a 72-hour period, which no car should be burning that amount of oil in that amount of time.
No, there's a multitude of things, but one of these that does common is that the turbo will burn off a little bit of oil. So something that we could have easily changed and checked. With the fact that we're stripping it down so much, didn't really think that it was going to turn into...
So, what does that mean, boys? Keep going. Food.
I know.
Anyway.
Back in the room.
There may be some sounds of things going on in the background because we are on a developmental site. And if you don't like that, well then suck it up, princess. It's not the turbo burning oil. It's something much more, I want to say collateral because it sounds like clattering.
Yeah.
It's something much more collateralating.
Yeah.
What we think we've got is piston slap.
Yeah, piston slap and big end knock.
Which both sound like really cool sex moves.
Honestly, there's 5 man points to anybody that can slip in that they're going to give their missus the big end knock tonight.
Please, somebody do that.
Comment down below if you actually managed to do it. We will give you 10 man points.
Comes into the bedroom with copper grease.
With a tube like that.
You just propositioned me.
Yeah, I did. I'm going to give you a big end slap.
I got a toolkit here.
Please keep that in the video.
Someone thinks someone's just died. Yeah. No, we're all right. Now, most of the time, this kind of thing would be disastrous.
That's project over.
Except for one thing. His stupidity has actually finally paid off. Because now we're doing a shell transplant, which we weren't originally going to be doing.
Nope.
The engine has to come out anyway.
Yep.
In which case we would have already checked to see if everything was okay because we knew there was an oil leak.
Yep.
So we would have been stripping the engine down a little bit anyway.
Yep.
To put it back to normal, it's not going to be much more, which we'll do frugally, to do something that begins with F.
What, you mean like racehorse in a...
No, that is completely illegal. I'll cut that out. I was going more along the lines of forged.
Yes.
For people that don't know, what is forged?
So it is where you are replacing internal parts of the engine and it is the process on which they are made. So they are stronger, enabling the suck, blow, bang. Yeah, let's not do that one. Stronger, more powerful engines require this to start ramping up the horsepower, something that we are going to chase on this build.
Basically, stronger bits, more power. So this is the big moment. This is the start of this build. If I had some checkered flags, I'd be doing this and like that. And I'd probably also have boobs, be a lot fitter, be female, and also be in Fast and Furious. But that means that we can start taking this engine out into...
No.
Why?
No. Ignore him. First off, we need to take wheels, body panels, bumper, interior.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
We've got to prep the car.
Holler if you hear me.
When's the engine coming out?
Later.
So that can mean one major thing. Outfit change. Oh, yes. Dungarees.
Tart.
Oh, that doesn't smell good. I've got the black lung pop. Right, so now the important things out the way. We can't take the engine straight out. It will be coming out soon.
It will.
I'm talking about the engine. So what's plan of action, mate?
So we're going to start making ourselves room now to start taking everything off. So wheels, get the kit off, get the bumpers off, side skirts off, doors off, bumper, bonnet. Let's start making room for us to be able to work, because we don't need to be cramming ourselves in small little spaces.
And the loom obviously has to come out of the spare shell. That is absolutely useless to us because it's been cut. So we have to strip this one down to take the loom out, to put it in there first. And the loom is underneath everything else.
Last thing out goes the first thing in.
Let the strip down commence. Woohoo! This is still live.
7,800 watt amp. Blow your face off. Cheers, mate.
That is the back. All these stripped out and done. And now we're on to boot removal.
One of the great things about Japanese cars, as well as Europeans, they all like to stick to the same size. 10, 12, 14, 16 and 18. That's all I'm going to need.
I want to take the engine out. It's already looking like it. Come on. Oh, hang on. Well, why are they suddenly working? Fancy a pint, mate. And as quickly as that is the rear seats out, completely stripped, boot off, onward. Engine. Okay, wow, well, it looks like you can see we have made a pretty good decision to actually do this, because the internals, once you get away and get all that stuff stripped off, this is not looking too pretty.
£100 for them calipers.
How much? So those are the same price as that.
It's insane, isn't it?
That's-
STI brakes for you.
Doors off. This one's coming off next. So just got to find the electrical connector. Ring is off, and now
Another bumper.
so you can go. One car is very much starting to look like another, but in the wrong direction. For those with a sneaky eye, they might have spotted something here, Haley.
Yeah. This has come from a JDM import, straight from Ducky. It is meant to be lightened and strengthened better than your box standard one. So, nice little gem for us.
JDM versus Standard. Looks cooler too. And it's blue.
It will get a repaint because it's a bit rusty.
Oh, that's that out.
Can we take the engine out?
No. Quick story time.
Just in case you didn't know, that there is a check strap, which stops the door going past this point, so it doesn't go parallel. Other door, though.
It's not there. So when the car rolled down, the door was open. Thankfully, though, that check strap did snap. Otherwise, it would have kept the door open and cut me in half.
So all hail the check strap.
Yeah, the weak one. A bit chilly, isn't it?
Yeah. So, as you can see, we've had a very productive afternoon, led by Lee. It's actually, yes, a giant Meccano set.
It is, yeah. Very, very simple to work on.
I mean, left to right, watch what Lee does, do the same, things just come off.
They do.
4 bolts or less most of the time. It's insane. Slightly worrying because I expected more bolts. More bolts holding giant pieces of metal together. No. And these things go fast.
They do.
So, yeah, brilliant. But hey, less bolts, lighter.
Yeah, we're definitely way saving.
Doors, bonnet, wheels, boot, rear seats are gone, rear carpet's gone. All we've got left to get out that front now is driver's seats, dash, centre console.
That's it, yeah. Then we're down to the wiring loom and the shell.
And whilst we're in between these, Lee is going to get on with the ancillary things, a bit more of a boring stuff like pulling the old loom out of there and then eventually transferring these across. He will film those little bits and bobs for us.
Yeah. Definitely the informative bits that everybody needs to see. When we come down to laying the new loom, how we go about it, I will certainly be letting you guys know how that's done.
But we're going to take advantage of the fact that now this car is stripped down and we just have a little bit of a run through on the stuff you couldn't see before. And there's actually some sneaky, quite expensive additions to this, which are going to go straight over onto that. And that's all on you, sir. So
Thank you very much.
here we go.
Starting at the front, obviously we couldn't see a lot because the wheels were on, but we have uprated coilovers. STI brakes. It's a lot. It really is. It's down for this kit to go on a WRX, but they've done it, not us. So we will definitely take it. Another bonus, uprated aluminium drop rings. Again, great for the handling of this car. It's these little bits that make the handling of something like this so much better than what it does when it rolls out the factory. Again, another bonus, we've got uprated drop links again on the rear, and you can now see more definitively all the adjustable tie rod and suspension arms that we've got on the back. Bonus.
Athletic, bro. Bad bits.
Bad bits. Remember we said about rust? How's that?
Oh,
for a bit of rust.
Yeah. Oh,
Was magically hidden.
oh yes.
Musical cars.
Do it again.
Oh,
Oh, what fell off? What is this? Is this what you often see on the under the side of these things?
yeah, unfortunately, in this climate and the materials they use with these cars, they literally melt in our weather. This one has had obviously a lot of the arch chopped out, but we've already brought over the fact that that has even been repaired itself. So the cost for this...
So if people were looking at Subarus, this is a massive part to get under because this was essentially quite hidden, wasn't it?
Yeah, so although we get the surface rust, which people will start to see on the arch here, something like this will most certainly be hidden, especially the older cars that we look for. Definitely get in places like this where a lot of water will sit and rot away.
Now you're all thinking, okay, so yeah, that's common. So it's going to happen to, we haven't named this one yet. I'm tempted to call it Scuba Steve.
Scuba Steve?
Just Steve, because it's
Steve.
Because we can call it Subaru, so we can call it Steve.
Steve.
Scuba Steve.
How you doing, Steve?
Subaru Steve. But we're going to avoid it with Subaru Steve by...
Undersealing. We will take all the necessary precaution to protect all of this way before we even get it on the road.
I cannot get over how in a single afternoon we've got this one looking so much more like this one. The only thing I would say is, you know, that you know, I'm just going to say, I want to take the engine out.
No.
But this looks way cooler than that one because there's an engine.
No. I'll tell you what, I'll appease you. We'll put that bonnet on that car.
Yeah, all right then. It's not an engine though, is it? Honestly, it'll look better with the engine in it. Just put the no, just no, but
He's...
honestly, I'll buy us the whiskies. I'll get us whiskies.
Oh, go on then. Deal. Right, this twallop said he's going to get the whiskey in. So, tune in for the next episode. We will pull that engine out. And we will go over everything that you need to do and everything you'd be looking for, the kit that you're going to need to pull out an engine on a Subaru WRX.
So make sure to hit the notifications bell so you don't miss up any of our uploads. And also, if you could give us a like and a comment, that would really help the algorithm. And if you also have suffered from bullying in the workplace, you can...
Let's give it better.
Take it off us, stupid fat hobbit.